These things, British train tickets, are amongst the most preposterously overpriced, expensive things in this country. If, for example, I was going to leave this building and I wanted to get a train from Euston to Manchester, the price on the sort of walk-up return ticket would be something like £300. It's the same for commuter regular season tickets. If you live, say, 20-25 miles outside of London, you're coming in every day. The price now for a season ticket is around about £3,200 to £3,400. If you live 20 to 25 miles outside of Paris, the lucky old French will be paying only around about £1,000. We're paying 3 times what the French pay. Now, we can of course all moan about train fares, and there's a very good reason to, but what can you actually do? Is there anything you can do to get the cost of these things down a bit? First thing any regular train user should do is to book their tickets in advance, preferably exactly 12 weeks in advance. Those £300 tickets to Manchester, you can get them for just £25 return. If you go online, you go to a website called thetrainline.com, you fill in their ticket alert system, and you'll get an email telling you when those tickets are available, because they often sell out very quickly. So when you get that email, act straight away. But, I know this sounds a bit sneaky, don't actually buy them on thetrainline.com, because you'll have to pay a £1.50 booking fee, and if you're using a credit card, another £1.50. Instead, pop over to the East Coast website. You think that's only trains down the East Coast from London up to Edinburgh. It's not. They will sell tickets for any trains anywhere in the UK, and they don't charge a booking fee, and they don't charge for a credit card. So that's another £2 or £3 saved. If you haven't been able to buy a ticket a long way in advance, it is still worth remembering that up until 6 o'clock on the night before, you can still get advance tickets. They won't be as cheap as the super advanced ones, 12 weeks in advance, but it's still worth trying to buy them the night before. It's the travel on the day which is so absurdly expensive in the UK. Now, for more advanced train ticket saving, you should try doing something called split ticketing. Now, this sounds complicated. It really isn't. It's really quite simple. You always stay on the same train, but what it is you do, you split the ticket along the journey. So, for example, you've got to go from London to Penzance. You ask for a ticket from London to Plymouth, then Plymouth to Penzance, then back from Penzance to Plymouth, and Plymouth to London. All the time staying on the same train, but having those tickets in your pocket. Now, why would you do that? Because if you just buy the London Penzance return, you'll be charged something like £250 on the walk-up anytime ticket. If you buy it on this split ticket way and stay on the same train, you'll only be charged something like £50. So it's a fantastic saving. Now, it's not just long distance. You can also do it on some short distance. I live in South London. If I want to get to Gatwick Airport, the standard price is something like £20. But if I split ticket, if I go via East Croydon, which is what I do, I save myself quite a few quid doing that. Now, if you're a regular commuter and you've got a season ticket, to be honest, there's not an awful lot you can do about that cost. But there are a few little things. For example, most people don't realise that you can buy a season ticket for a very short period of time. So, for example, if you're pregnant and you know that you're taking 6 months off in 17 weeks' time, well, just buy a season ticket for the next 17 weeks and don't waste money on unused travel. About the only major saving that a regular commuter can make, especially if you're, say, working, say, 3 or 4 days a week rather than going into work absolutely every single day, consider something called a carnet. It's a French word. It means a packet of tickets. And what it will give you is 12 tickets for the price of 10, or 10 tickets at 10% cheaper. They have them at different prices for off-peak or peak. There are restrictions though. Sometimes there's only specific stations and specific times. It is a bit of a pain. So go online, check your train company. I'm with First Capital Connect. Here's all their restrictions on their carnets. It can be quite good value though. The other thing to do, of course, is always to buy your season ticket just before the price rises. Most regular commuters will know this. You go out just before Christmas, if you've got any cash left, and buy your season ticket then for the year ahead. Now, as we all know, with depressing regularity, Britain's train services mess up with leaves on the line or whatever. But what's surprising is how few people claim the money back. Now, the law says that the train company has to give you a 20% refund if the train is more than an hour late. But A lot of individual train companies offer much better terms than that. For example, First Capital Connect, if the train is more than 30 minutes late, you can apply to get 50% of the fare back. If it's more than 1 hour late, you can get all the money back. This is what they send you, one of these rail travel vouchers. So if your train's been messed up, make sure you claim for one of these. Now, if you've organised your cheapo Ryanair flight somewhere to the sun, the heart really sinks when you find that it's more expensive to get the train from London to Stansted than it is to fly out of the country. Now, one way around this, and indeed for lots of different routes, not just that, is to buy something called Group Save. Now, this is a ticket that so long as 2 adults are travelling together on the same route, same train, you can get 4 tickets for the price of 2. So the other 2 adults can go free, or it could be 2 children. In some cases, you can even get 1 adult and 3 others on a Group Save. So it is a really nice little saving in what is otherwise a world of madly overpriced train tickets in this country.